Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Ball World Cup edition. Paddy, it sounds weird, doesn't it? What's the crack?
Yeah, fucking internationals. Fucking load me
But
bollocks.
we do have a little bit to talk about with United, Paddy. So it's not all doom and gloom for you, although it is quite negative.
Yeah, well, it depends on what way you look at it.
Yeah. Right. Well, look, I'll give a little brief description of what we're looking at, Paddy. We're going to be talking about the World Cup. The World Cup. We're going to look back at a couple of the results. Well, we're going to look back at all the results just to see if any of them gave us a little shock. And one or two did, especially today. We're going to look back at some of the madness that has ensued over the last week in regards to just the World Cup being in Qatar and all the shit that's gone on around it in terms of human rights and
The 5-star prefab.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Some of the stuff we're going to be talking about is Gianni Infantino's ridiculous interview. We're going to show that, and we're going to have a look at it and talk about it. We're going to talk about the whole One Love controversy with England, where they bottled wearing the armbands. I wanted to touch on the pundits that are over there that are covering the game, that are trying to play the good guy the whole time, but they're full of shite, half of them. And then we'll be looking at Ronaldo leaving as well. We'll be chatting about that just to get our opinions. What we're going to do as well is we're going to look at we're going to give our predictions, Paddy, and we're going to run through a little table that we have. We're going to predict who's coming out of the groups. It's going to take us on to the next stages, and it'll get us right up to the final, and we'll see who each of us think is going to win the World Cup. So, Paddy, we're going to jump straight into having a look at the matches, and I can use this little graphic as well because I don't have Premier League on it. So we're going to jump into the football review. It's great, isn't it? Don't have to change anything.
Paddy's not here, obviously, but he's not dead. He's not dead.
He's just he's representing Wendy's Athletic for some reason. So, Paddy, we're going to look back at some of the results. So I'm not going to pull them up on the screen. We're just talking to them. So we obviously started off with Qatar and Ecuador. I think there was rumors flying around before this one kicked off that it was going to be fixed and that there was money flying around on this one. And within the first 3 minutes of that game, we had a controversial decision where there was an offside given. Now, I put up a video on Instagram and I was saying, how was the offside, blah, blah, blah. Having looked back at it, it actually was offside.
Was it?
Yeah, because now your eyes would have been drawn down to the guy in the middle, the guy who scored the goal. But if you actually look up at where the keeper is, and I know there's a still picture going around, you see a yellow sock. Now, the yellow sock, because it's slightly blurry, the picture, it actually looks like the keeper's foot, but it's not. It's actually a striker, and he blends in very well. So there is a striker that's actually his foot is behind the keeper, and he becomes offside. People are saying the ball is there already, but he's actually trying to challenge for the ball, and he's interfering with play, so he has to be deemed offside. So I kind of held my hands up on that one as well.
Yeah, look, you can't, considering the team then went on and scored 2 more goals.
Yeah,
2 or
exactly,
3?
yeah.
2, I think.
2-0, yeah.
Yeah, I can't be corrupt as much as you might think of it. But the first host to ever lose a game, the first game, so that was always good considering. Ever?
Jesus, didn't know that.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah,
there you go. There's a stat man. So no surprises really from me. I thought Ecuador were gonna beat them anyway. Very big price at 13-10. I thought there was something up there. But were you surprised with that result, or did you expect it yourself?
Which one? Sorry.
Qatar and Ecuador. Well, I suppose considering we beat Qatar 4-0 a couple months back, I wasn't really surprised.
No, I wasn't. No, I got them in the fantasy, so I was, and everybody was saying it that they were going to be smashed. So I'm surprised it was only 2-0. I was hoping it was going to be more because in our sweepstakes, it's either win or concede the most goals. So I was hoping that they'd absolutely get hammered about 10-0.
Yeah. Right, Paddy, moving on to the next day. So we had England versus Iran, we had Senegal versus Netherlands, and USA versus Wales. England ran out 6-2 winners. Shocked by that? Not really. We kind of expected a big win, I suppose, there from England.
Yeah, but Iran had a very good defensive record. They only conceded like 4 goals or something in the qualifying campaign.
Yeah,
So defensively, you expected it to be tighter than it was. But England looked shit hot. They looked really good.
yeah.
Harry Maguire even looked fucking like really good on the ball,
Battling the
coming out from
Barno.
defense and the corners and all. He was playing very well. But then the subs they brought on the second half as well really
Yeah.
performed as well. Yeah, so really good result. Really good result.
Do you know
And
what the thing about this is with England, right? There was zero hype about them going into the World Cup because everybody thought, right, Southgate's not up to it. The squad isn't good enough to win the World Cup. And all of a sudden, you see a good performance like that. What I would like the media to do, the English media, is to just go, okay, we've won a game. That's it. Let's move on. But now it's coming home. It's coming home. It's like you're beating Iran. Calm your fucking tits. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
but like, I think the media put so much pressure on them, especially after. Like, to be fair, it probably would have been better for England to draw that game, and then the pressure would just be taken off them completely. But now they
I
have
wouldn't
pressure, added pressure.
I don't think it would though. As soon as anytime England's in a finals, it's always coming home until it's not coming home.
Yeah. Until they're
But
coming home.
considering like it's a final and a semi-final they've gotten in the last 2 tournaments,
Yeah.
There's only one more logical step they have to take. And after a performance like that, they're looking good because between the end of the Euros and now the World Cup, they had a couple of dodgy results, a couple of dodgy performances, especially recently. So to get a performance like that now, they look like they're on the pig's back.
Yeah. Moving on to the next one, Paddy, Netherlands and Senegal. I was very underwhelmed by Netherlands, to be honest with you. Wasn't really impressed. Senegal actually weren't too bad. I would probably put that loss down to fucking Mendy being absolutely shite in goal, which I'm not really surprised at. Did you see any of that match?
No, I didn't. I didn't watch that match. I watched the England game yesterday. That's the only one I got to see.
Yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with Netherlands anyway. Nothing to write home about. Beat them 2-0, but I don't see them. I don't see them getting very far in it. Next one was USA and Wales. Now I don't know if you've seen this one. This was a fucking cracker of a game. This was.
I was leaving the driving range and I seen the penalty. That was it.
Oh yeah. So first half, USA looked unbelievable, and they really put Wales to the sword. But I have to admit, after half time, Wales came out, showed what they have. Like USA are a much better outfit than I thought they were going to be. So I was far more impressed. And I know they have the likes of Pulisic there, but I was talking to the lads during the match. The chap is like Bambi on ice. Like the amount I said, lads, count how many times he's on the ground, regardless of what it is. Even if there's nobody around him, he just falls for no reason.
Yeah.
Like he cannot keep his fucking balance. Like he's ridiculous. Like
I think we'll see within the next. I know 20 years sounds like a long time, but within the next 20 years, you'll see America winning the World Cup.
Yeah, it's because they're growing so much in America. The football, the sport itself is growing. There's going to be far more talent, isn't it? Like they've got what 300 or 400 million population.
Such
plenty to choose from.
People. Yeah, exactly.
Right, Paddy. On to today's absolute catastrophes. Argentina getting beaten by Saudi Arabia.
I watched this.
Tell me about this one because I didn't see this one because I was in work. But how did this one go?
I always have to talk about United, but watching Argentina. It reminded me of watching Manchester United early this season or last season, just a bit wasteful on the ball. And when Saudi put the pressure on, they just didn't know what to do. They really, really didn't know what to do. They were lost in terms of they needed more than one touch on the ball. The only bright spark really was Messi. But after the penalty, I thought they'd really go on because they had a couple of chances. But in the second half, I thought Saudi were a much better team.
It's mad, isn't it? Like that, you would have thought Saudi Arabia beating Argentina. Like that was, I done a bet, Paddy, and I had already I got through that draw. I had every single result right. I done every single game. I done Qatar, England, Netherlands, and the draw with USA and Wales. So I was thinking to myself, right, grand, I'll get through Argentina, no bother. And fucking they lose. Like I'd already spent me money. Like it was 11 grand, and I was like, I'm spending this. I'm going to Spain for a week. Like I was spending that money, like, and then fucking Argentina going fuck it up. Now, in fairness, I had Denmark drew 0-0 with Tunisia, so it took the blow.
The performance wasn't great, was it? Did you watch it?
I don't know. I didn't see this one now. I
Yeah.
didn't see this one. And I
Wasn't
actually
great.
didn't see the Mexico and Poland one either. The times are a little bit awkward because people have work.
Yeah.
So it is hard to kind of keep track on all of them. Obviously, we're watching the live updates and we're watching kind of highlights of goals. But in terms of seeing them actually play, I can't comment on Denmark or Tunisia. I can't imagine
Schmeichel
Denmark
actually
are too good.
Yeah, Schmeichel kept Denmark in the game. I think Tunisia had the better of the chances. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I looked at the stats within the first, I think it was 35 minutes, and Tunisia had 4 shots and Denmark had 0, I think, and they had more possession as well, which is surprising. I thought Denmark would have been the dominating team there.
Yeah, you're going to see a couple of surprises this year in terms of performance. You just don't know whether that's fatigue as well with some of the players on the pitch. From no real break in between domestic football, club competitions.
Mexico Poland ran out a 0-0 draw. Not much to write home there about. I had the draw as well in me bet, so that was like the 2 hardest ones. I had 2 draws, and then they came in. We're currently in the middle of France versus Australia. It's currently 2-1 to France. Giroud, and I said it to the lads there just a few minutes ago. I'm gonna make a bold shout and say Giroud could be the top scorer of this tournament.
Yeah, Benzema being out could be a saving grace for him.
But he's the second highest scorer. Yeah, he's the second highest scorer for France.
Yeah, always performed. I mean, yeah,
why not? Paddy, will we move on to
club boys now?
He's with Milan. AC Milan. Paddy, I think we'll move on to our predictions. So I'm going to pull up a screen here, and we've got on the screen, we've got all the groups. So we're going to do one each, as in we're going to do one full run through each.
So we're going to pick our duplicate that tab up the top, so you can do one.
I was going to just hit refresh. I think I've done it earlier, and I just hit refresh. It's just as quick because.
But you're saying you have to continue at the bottom of the page. Sorry about the technical difficulties here. So when you press continue on the bottom of the page,
shit, yeah.
So if you just right click that and then just right click the tab at the top.
Just do that.
And then okay, that's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Right, Paddy. Group A. Now I know obviously some of these matches have gone off, but who are we putting forward, third, second, and first?
Am I going first?
Yeah, you can go first. Yeah.
All right. Qatar fourth.
Yeah.
Ecuador third.
Yeah.
Senegal second.
Yeah.
And Netherlands first.
Okay. Group B, we have England, Iran, USA, and Wales.
England top.
Okay.
I'm going to say Wales second because I'd like to see them getting through.
Okay.
USA third and then Iran.
Okay.
But it's a flip between USA and Wales. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Group C, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland.
I'm going to go for Poland top.
Okay.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia and then Mexico.
Okay. And Group D, we have France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia.
France, Denmark, Tunisia, Australia.
Okay. And then on to Group E, we have Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan.
Germany, Spain, Japan, Costa Rica.
Okay. Group F is Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia.
Belgium, Croatia, Canada, and who's the last one there?
Morocco,
yeah, I'm going Morocco.
Came up as MAR. Group G, Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon.
Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. I'll just stick with
that. As you like. And we have Group H, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea.
Uruguay, Portugal, Korea, Ghana.
Don't think Portugal are going to top that group?
And now I think Ronaldo's going to fucking spontaneously combust.
You'd love to see it, wouldn't you? I know you would. Right, that brings us into the round of 16, Paddy. So your first matchup is Netherlands and Wales.
All right, okay. You don't want to do your first 16 first to see how it differs?
We'll
Okay.
get to your one here first. Okay. To the end of it.
Netherlands.
Okay. Poland versus Denmark.
Poland.
Okay. Germany versus Croatia.
Germany.
Brazil and Portugal.
Oh, that'd be a good game, wouldn't it?
That's a good one, yeah.
Let's go Brazil.
England and Senegal. France and Argentina.
Another tasty one. France.
Okay. Belgium, Spain.
Oh, Belgium.
Uruguay and Serbia.
Uruguay.
Right. We're on to your quarterfinals. So we have Netherlands and Poland.
Netherlands.
Germany, Brazil.
Oh,
that's getting tough here.
Jesus, Brazil. I'm going to go Brazil.
England and France.
I'm going to go for England.
Ooh, okay.
Even though before we started this, I would have said England and France were my two favourites.
Oh, okay. Oh. Belgium and Uruguay.
Belgium.
Right, your semis, Netherlands and Brazil.
Brazil.
Oh, and then we have England and Belgium.
England.
Oh, Paddy. And we have Brazil and England in the final. Who are you going with?
Brazil. Fuck.
Oh, he's going with Brazil.
I can't do it. Right. I can't say it. It's not coming home.
I secretly want to. All right, Paddy. Yeah, there's a few. I mean, it's probably the same team, most of the same teams as I'd have myself. But sure, look, we'll go through my one and see where I end up. So I'm gonna go with Netherlands, Ecuador, Senegal, Qatar. I'm gonna go with England, USA, Wales, and Iran. I think this one is a tough one now, so I'm gonna go with Argentina first. I think Poland second, Saudi third, and Mexico last. I'm gonna go with France top. I'm gonna go with Denmark, Tunisia, Australia. Group E, I'm gonna go with Germany, Spain, Japan, Costa Rica. Group F, I'm going Belgium top, Croatia, Morocco, and Canada. Then I'm going Brazil. Tight one. I'll go Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. I think it's the exact same as you did, isn't it? That one.
It's very similar, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, Korea. Oh, that's it. On to me. I
think you put Argentina first. That'll change it up because I put them second.
And Portugal, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So Netherlands, USA. I'm going to go with Netherlands here. Right. Argentina, Denmark. I'm going to say Argentina. Germany and Croatia. It's got to be Germany, I think. Brazil, Uruguay. That'd be a good one. Brazil. I do want to see a South American battle like that one. It'd be nice to see. England and Ecuador. I'm going to go with England. France, Poland. Going France. Belgium and Spain. I think we both had that one. I think Belgium had better players, to be honest. And then I'm going to go with Portugal to beat Serbia. So, good matches all the same. Very similar. This one here now. Netherlands and Argentina. I think I'll just go, because I was so unimpressed with them that yesterday, I'm going to go with Argentina. I wasn't very impressed with Argentina losing 2-1 to Serbia, or to Saudi, but
Argentina have some squad as well.
They do.
Maybe it's just a bad day at the office today.
Yeah, that's what I think. And I liked Messi's word to everybody where it says, keep the faith, we won't leave you stranded, to the fans, which was a nice statement to make.
Yeah.
Next one I have is Brazil and Germany. I think I'm going to have to go with Brazil. They're one of my favorites to win.
Look at that.
Argentina. That's a thing of beauty. England and France. I'm just going to go France. I'm going to go France. I just think England are
Come
going
on,
to
early.
maybe fall short. Belgium and Portugal. This is a tough one. I think Belgium probably have like enough to beat Portugal, but I'm gonna go with Portugal because I think Ronaldo's actually. I actually think the opposite of you, where Ronaldo's gonna want to prove and score a lot of goals.
Chelsea, fuck off.
Yeah. We'll be getting to that later, buddy. Brazil and Argentina. I'm gonna have to go with Brazil, unfortunately. As much as I would have wanted Messi to win it, I'm gonna have to go with Brazil. And I think between France and Portugal, I'm gonna have to say, just for experience alone in the World Cup and winning the World Cup, it's gonna have to be France.
Oh, Ronaldo won't like you now. He's gonna blank you.
I know. And Brazil and France, Paddy, I'm gonna have to say Brazil.
So we both have Brazil winning it.
Yeah, France and Brazil. Who did you have in your final? You had Brazil and England. I have Brazil and France. So both of us have come up with Brazil.
Yeah, this is ever immortalized in social media, so we can watch back on this and see who was right and who was wrong.
And Paddy, what I do hope happens is I do hope Brazil win because I have them in the sweepstakes.
Yes, that's right.
I love it. And everybody, I got so many messages. Controversial. Hey, it's online. It's as fair as I could do it.
Yeah, because everything online is true.
Yeah, it is. If you
online.
don't believe everything you see online, what is wrong with you? Right, Paddy, we're off the predictions. We're going to jump on to the news of the week. Right, Paddy, we've a good bit to look at and give our opinions on in this one. First thing that we have is the Bizare interview that Gianni Infantino held, basically defending Qatar and how they live and how their culture is kind of currently at, which is quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
Will we have a look at the interview?
Not only was he, go on, watch that. I suppose,
we'll watch the interview, and just so everybody understands what I mean, this is the type of thing that we're talking about here. You done this Bizare interview during the week.
Actually, I am European. Not just I feel European. I think for what we Europeans have been doing in the last 3,000 years around the world, we should be apologizing for the next 3,000 years before starting to give moral lessons to people. Today, I have very strong feelings. I can tell you that. Today I feel Qatari. Today I feel Arab. Today I feel African. Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled. Today I feel a migrant worker.
Just absolutely bizarre.
Pennies dropped with me though. I think what his message was by that was that I feel because FIFA are getting bashed left, right, and centre, and he is for hosting it in Qatar, he feels as oppressed as all those things that he called out.
Yeah, I think we were kind of having a chat about it before we came on, and we were kind of talking about the first thing he said, where it's like, for 3,000 years we've done this, and we need to look at ourselves before it. And you made a good point to say, like, whatever has happened in the past is in the past, but we're currently in Qatar where the issue is at hand, and it's not a thing we're looking back on. It's something that's actually happening now. So for me, it seems bizarre that he's willing to come out, the president of FIFA, and fucking make a statement like that. Even if people take that out of context, it is a kind of comment in favor of the Qatari and FIFA for making the decision to hold it there, which it's not right at all. It's just absolute bullshit that the thing is there in the first place. But like, what do you think his goal at the end of this is? Like why even still hold it in Qatar? Like,
well, he is essentially a politician for FIFA.
Yeah.
He's the head,
Yeah.
the figurehead of FIFA. So it's his job probably to big up and back himself in terms of why they hosted it there. But I never realized how bad it was. You look at the stadiums here and you think, oh wow, the stadiums look good. And then I looked at the accommodation where everybody's staying. There's not even hotels.
Yeah,
they're prefabs and they're tents.
Yeah.
And the tents are literally broken concrete with bits of carpet thrown over them, with a couple of beds thrown in them. It's just absolutely crazy. Like, it's madness. I've never seen that. Like the change where it's being held forever, or when it's being held forever. You know, in the summer when everyone, you know, the kids are off school. Bruno Fernandes put it well before he finished up. You know what I mean? The kids can't even watch this because they're in school.
Yeah.
Everybody's in work. It's not a celebration of football.
Yeah.
This is just absolute business.
The one thing I think is a bit crazy is where I'm kind of going to move on to the next point where I'm talking about this whole the rights in the country, and if you can see it scrolling down the bottom of the screen there, this one love controversy, as I call it, where Harry Kane had said he's going to wear the one love armbands. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's the rainbow armbands, which is basically in support of the LGBTQ, whatever mental letters you want to add into that, basically gay people. He had committed to wearing that and said that they were willing to kind of
more than gay, just because there's a lot
more. yeah, but more than gay. Sorry. To me, it's just it's
okay.
How I put them in I put them in that.
Move on.
But no, like what I'm trying to get at is, like, for them to try and make a statement as big as, we're going to support this. This is my belief. We're going to support it. And for them to literally fold under the smallest of thing. Now, look, it might seem like, I think Roy Keane actually touched on it in his kind of post England, I think it was post England interview. They were going to just give Harry Kane a yellow card and anybody that wore it a yellow card. You're playing against Iran. Now, we understand that stuff can happen. You can be tracked. It can be as easy as Harry Kane trying to block a ball. He gets himself a yellow card, and all of a sudden he's missing for the next game. I understand that, but does it not make more sense if you are going to make it such a song and dance about your beliefs, your rights, your human rights, that you support him? You're such a big supporter of him. Take that yellow card hit for one game. Try your best not to get a yellow card. Look, I know everybody, like, sometimes you don't mean to go out and get a yellow card, you just get it. But take your punishment. And I just thought it was spineless from England to fold at the first little hurdle where they had said, right, we're giving you the yellow card. Do you not think that?
Nah, look, they're not the only one. It's their life to win this World Cup. I can understand about the yellow card. They took the knee before they started. The bigger issue here for me is they've changed the rules of football. Yeah, the rules of the game that we all love, to say that you can't wear an armband because it will offend the host country. That's sickening. Absolutely sickening. This type of stuff. This is the type of stuff where you do in the preliminary checks where you're going to host the World Cup. All right, are we allowed to do all these things? Inclusion, you know, all the right things in life that we should be doing. Are we allowed to do all these in this country? No, we can't do any of them. Sure, I don't think I've even seen a woman in the Qatari stands.
I haven't seen one. Yeah, I haven't seen one. And what I was thinking about as well is this whole thing of. And again, I'm kind of moving on another little bit as well, with the pundits all saying certain things. and yet they're all over there taking money. Now, what I actually want to touch on before that is, what the fuck was it?
The panel show with Gary Neville?
No. So it's basically, what was I trying to say there, Paddy? What was I trying to say?
One love.
Yeah, but there was a point I wanted to make. Oh yeah. Sorry. So I understand all this stuff about making the song and dance about it, but what I would have respected more from all these players is for them to just come out and say, "Listen, I'm not here to comment, and I'm here to play a football tournament, and that's my only objective here is to play a football tournament." For them to make all these statements and make all these kind of all this hullabaloo about it, and then just back out of it. That's what pisses me off. So I would have rather them just come out and just say, "Look, I'm here to play a football tournament." If the FA wanted to do something, I know they kind of tried to make them wear the armband. If Harry Kane doesn't want to wear it, I don't think he should be forced into that situation. I think he should just say, "Look, I'm here to play a football tournament. I'm not here to."
They're not the only team, though.
They're not. No, I think Wales were going to do it as well, and then Wales decided not to do it, and I think maybe Australia or something would have done it as well. So I don't like that. Was the side of it I didn't like. If you're going to make such a song and dance, go through it.
Every player that has wore that armband has gotten a yellow card.
None of them have worn it. Nobody has worn it.
Did they not say they were going? I heard Ericsson say, "No, we're going to wear it."
No, there was a stand against discrimination or something like that. Armband worn, which was okay because it didn't have the rainbow color on it. Yeah, and that was it. So I just think it's the whole situation is bizarre. And then I hear all these pundits, and one of the pundits wore, Alex Scott wore the armband on her, not interview but punditry, and everybody was saying, "Oh, she's great, she's brilliant." She's still over in Qatar. Now I know everybody will say, "Oh, but at least we're having the conversations and all." And I seen something online, and like it kind of made me think. And then I thought again, because it says like, "Oh, well, would we be talking about this issue on the TV right now today if them pundits weren't over there and highlighting it now?" And then I thought to myself, I said, "No, dude, I said that's actually a fair point." Go on.
Imagine all of the players said, "We're wearing this armband," or say 80% of the countries said, "Right, we're wearing this armband. Give us all a yellow card." And if it's a yellow card per game, give us all a yellow card every single game and see how long it lasted, that rule. It wouldn't be upheld. And for the pundits, if no pundits turned up, how much of a message would that send as opposed to pundits standing there delivering their message? Everyone in the world knows what's wrong with Qatar, but to make it a real stand against FIFA would be just for no pundits, no coverage.
Yeah,
imagine that.
Exactly. Yeah,
then it never happened again.
And that's why I had such an issue where they're all saying, "Oh, well, you can't do this, can't do that. They can't live in a country like this, blah blah blah." Yet they're over there doing the punditry in their country, taking their money. And I know that, like I said, I know they're saying like, "Oh yeah, like would we have been talking about that?" But then I had a second thought: are we going to be talking about that a week after the World Cup? No, because nobody gives a fuck. And that's just putting it the way it is. Nobody in the Western world gives a fuck about the Middle East. And that's just an absolute fact. And nobody will hear about this again until something else comes up or something happens. Yeah. And it's just the sad reality of what's going on in the world. But I just don't like the bullshit from the pundits saying that, "Oh, we're here to support this, we're here to do this, we're here to do that." It's horseshit. You're there for one reason. Just go to cover. And actually, I would like to hear that from the pundits as well. Just to say, "I'm here to cover a football tournament, and that's my sole purpose for this trip. I'm here to." It's like they're all forced. Like it's like, say, if you're working for BBC, they're saying, "Go and put your voice out there. Go and say that this is wrong. Let's look like the good guys. Let's look like the heroes here." While we just fucking still take all their money for all the TV rights. And
did you see Gary Neville on the panel show? Where they called him out and they essentially said, "Well, I see myself as going over there to, speak the word, and that's the only way I see we can do it." And one of the panel said, "Well, no, you could actually stay at home, and give out a bigger statement. You don't have to go and take their money." And he didn't know what to say because he knew he was there. Like it's hypocritical, like.
Yeah, and I don't like it, and I'm all for fucking like obviously living in our Western world, and we're kind of lucky that we don't have any of the shit that goes on over there. But are we going to hear about it in a couple of weeks' time after the World Cup is over? I don't think so. So all these people need to get off their fucking high horses and just get back to what they're doing, and that's their job, and just stick to their job. I'm not saying that it doesn't need to be highlighted. It definitely does. But I think on a more political level where people can actually make a change, people taking a knee on the pitch is all well and good. As soon as the final whistle, or as soon as the whistle starts, or the whistle goes to start the game, everybody forgets about that knee. Nobody gives a shit about it anymore. So I just think they need to make the statements in the right places, and the right people need to make the statements rather than it being fucking footballers being forced to make it.
It's crazy that, you know, we live in Ireland. We've seen corruption at the FAI over the last couple of years. FIFA, obviously, we all know the FBI, what they've found out about that organization and how corrupt it is.
Yeah.
The Premier League with the Super League, all they want is the money, you know. So it's the people that's running the game are ruining the game. And I think FIFA, like, how do you get them out of power, or else change the organization fundamentally? It comes through the clubs, but no one will do it because everyone's getting their pockets lined. And once everybody's getting their pockets lined, everyone will keep stum. Even now with the yellow cards and all, the FAs are coming down to their clubs and saying, "Look, don't wear that armband because the money's coming in." You know, exactly, we might host the World Cup or the Euros in your country next time or the time after.
Exactly, and that's why everybody's afraid of damaging their own chances to host a major tournament, which could boost their own economy. And that's just the way it is. Like, and it's a sad reality to what the fuck's going on. Paddy, will we step away from that for a minute? We probably will be coming back to that on next week's pod. Because no doubt something else will have happened in the meantime. Actually, did you see the guy on TikTok who, I think he's an England supporter, got invited back to one of the Sheikh's houses?
Is that real?
It's real. So he's on Sky Sports or whatever, and he comes on. He says, "Oh, we got invited back to the Sheikh's house, blah blah." But I've seen a video where it actually clips to him, and it's him holding the phone, and he's playing with like this little baby lion. It's 100% real. Yeah, I swear to God, it's comical. Like, I was just like, that's fucking bizarre.
Because he's a little Ronnie and all, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So
strange it is. Like, well, I thought that was funny. Paddy, on to something that's a bit more relatable for you. Cristiano Ronaldo is leaving Manchester United. We can see it here on the screen.
Yeah.
So I'll read out just a quick statement that Manchester United made today, just about Ronaldo. So it says, Cristiano Ronaldo is to leave Manchester United by mutual agreement with immediate effect. The club thanks him for his immense contribution over 2 spells at Old Trafford, scoring 145 goals in 346 appearances, and wishes him and his family well for the future. Everyone at Manchester United remains focused on continuing the team's progression under Erik ten Hag and working together to deliver success on the pitch. One thing I just noticed there on that is it says wishes him and his family well for the future. I'm sure Ronaldo's son is playing for Manchester United's youth team. Does that mean that he's gone as well?
I don't know. I don't know. They're just wishing him and his family well for the future. It didn't say anything from a football perspective, but he is playing for United with Rooney's son as well, I think. It depends on where Ronaldo goes next.
So, Paddy, what's your overall thoughts on this? I know we talked about it last week. We said, look, we'll probably end up coming back to it this week. I wasn't actually expecting to see that today. I thought they might have delayed that a little bit longer, but in fairness to them, I kind of respect that they've done that straight away. What is your thoughts on the whole situation now that you've got a kind of an end kind of result of it?
It's a good United handled it well. I said it the last time we had a chat about it, I just think it was very, very poorly timed by Ronaldo. If it had been done at the start of this season, when supposedly he was still feeling aggrieved before his petulance, when the squad was playing badly, you know, that would have been the perfect time, and his word would have carried a lot of weight then. But when he done it, and some of the things he talked about just absolutely ruined his credibility, and considering he done it with Piers Morgan as well. I don't think we'll miss him because we've seen how well he was not performing this year. Was that because of Ronaldo or because of United? United performed well in a lot of games and Ronaldo didn't. So we'll see with the next club he goes to. if any club will take him now, like if you're like you're saying that, would you want him at your
100%.
club now?
Yeah.
After I don't know.
I would 100% want him. I feel like Manchester United have treated him very poorly.
Oh, right. Hold on. Right, just let me. And the manager as well.
No, I do feel he hasn't been treated right. I feel like it was a panic buy because they heard he was going to Manchester City.
Which is a lie, which they have said is a lie.
Fergie stepped in and said, you can't go to City. Now, this is what Ronaldo has said. Fergie talked to him and basically said, you can't go to Man City.
Ronaldo was told by his people.
So Fergie stepped in and said, you can't go to Man City. We need you to come to United. So he came to United. Carriages on his back for last season. Carriages. Otherwise, you would have been finishing out of Europa. You wouldn't even had Europa. And then just gets cast aside for whatever reason. I think he had his own personal things going on with his kid, and I think his missus had a miscarriage or whatever happened there. Maybe he didn't get the right treatment because it was said by him that the club came out and said they didn't believe that there was an issue with him, as in he didn't have personal issues. That's what Ronaldo has said. Ronaldo said it in the interview.
Yeah, but show us the story. That's lies.
All I'm going off is Ronaldo's word.
Oh, you're not.
I mean, he has no reason to lie.
No, you're not. You're just
He has no reason to lie.
You're talking shit because your hope he comes to Chelsea. Like,
he
look,
has no reason to lie.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
Ronaldo
he has every reason to lie. He has every reason to lie.
No,
because he in his head now cannot face the fact that he's not the player he was. He's a diminishing force now in the game, in the football in world, and you could see this season his performances just weren't there, and that's the reason he wasn't getting his game. It wasn't because anybody disliked him. Do you think if Ronaldo was banging in 20, 30 goals a season, Ten Hag wouldn't have been playing him up front every single game? You absolutely would have.
Would he be playing him if he still had that attitude and he was doing that?
He was banging in the goals.
Yeah.
He got a lot of chances. He was the captain. He was the captain as
but
well.
Would Ten Hag accept the attitude if the goals came with it? Do you think?
What attitude? But if he was getting his game and he was scoring goals, there wouldn't be an attitude. And that's the thing with Ronaldo, because you see, he was getting his game and he was frustrated and he wasn't scoring. And then he was throwing his toys out of pram. Sure, what did he say about Ten Hag? I had to challenge the manager when he tries to put me on for 3 minutes. That's why I refused to go on.
What a guy.
That's ridiculous.
That's just an absolute legend.
What I'll do is I'll wait and see to where he goes. If he doesn't go to Chelsea, then I'll get your true views on what you think.
No. I am only messing it. Like, I do think that it was the right outcome. I do think Manchester United have handled it brilliantly. I think Ten Hag has handled it brilliantly, which is why I said it a couple of weeks ago, Paddy. This is why I feel very fearful that United could definitely overtake Chelsea if they don't get rid of Potter. And leave us in the dust over the next couple of years, looking at the way they're going. Now, all of a sudden, the Glazers are not an issue. So the only reason I'm bringing this up, Paddy, is it's gone very quiet about the Glazers because the results are okay. Why are we not still seeing a Glazers out protest being held every week at Old Trafford?
I don't know. I don't talk to all the
purely. Is it purely based on results?
But I don't speak to there is still a massive feeling that people want the Glazers out. Like if you ask them, like the 90% of United supporters, they still want the Glazers out.
Is it really necessary now when the club looks like it's if I was to give you the option right now of getting rid of these owners and getting new owners in, with the club in the current situation it's in, with the manager being very good,
get new owners.
But how do you know you're going to get the same investment?
You don't.
No, I don't mean investment. I don't mean investment.
No, but
I don't mean investment. I mean money for transfers is all I'm talking about.
I'm not talking about transfers.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you get a manager, and there's no guarantee you're going to get the money that, like, you've pumped in $500 million over the last 10 years.
$1 billion, over $1 billion.
Oh, billion. Okay, $1 billion. That's even worse.
I know.
So would you get that?
But look, no, I want owners to come in and spend a quarter of that, but spend it well.
Yeah, but you don't know. It's very hard to do that. Like you can't. It's every signing is always a risk. We all know certain players have certain qualities.
1 billion. 5% of it might have been good signings. Of the $1 billion.
Yeah,
And that's not exaggerating. That's not exaggerating. Now that's because the Glazers put the wrong people in to make footballing decisions. And
but why do you think these people were?
Sorry, Colly, but while the football decisions were being made, they were not like Ronaldo's interview did highlight some really important issues, but it's just all the other crap. You know, they got lost in the crap. The same swimming pool. Like I was thinking to myself, we live in Tala. A lot of, like our Malaysian listeners probably won't know what I'm talking about, but we have a swimming pool down the road that's about 25, 30 years old.
Black Garden.
And I wouldn't go swimming in it now because I remember, you know, you're thinking to yourself, that's there 20 years now, and it's just grotty looking, and it's you just wouldn't go to it. So I'm thinking in Carrington now, they've got the same swimming pool. It's probably smelly. It's probably the old tiles in it. You know, it's just he's after being in Real Madrid, Juventus, who probably had top class stuff all over the world. The same jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Still has Roy Keane's pubes in it now.
It's very he did highlight a lot of stuff, and that's why I thought like a lot of the stuff I heard about him was harsh. Now it's from United fans, but probably not people that are looking at the bigger picture and just kind of looking at the current situation with him. Like I think a lot of the stuff, like probably 90% of the stuff he said, to be honest with you, he probably could have got away with that interview if he hadn't have slated the manager. That's probably that was the final nail, was when he said, I don't respect the coach. That was the only.
I don't respect the coach. I have to challenge the coach.
Yeah. Anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other than that, everything else was fine.
Yeah.
Because he's calling out issues. Yeah, he would have had to apologize.
That's it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, Paddy. Where do you see him going next? What do you think are his actual genuine options? I know Sporting Lisbon is one of the favourites. Chelsea are actually the favourites to sign him.
Sporting Lisbon won't get him because they won't pay him $500,000 a week because that's where he's on United.
But do you think now, right? He's not under contract anymore. That's his contract terminated now. Yeah. So he's now a free agent. So beggars can't be choosers, as the old saying goes. But does he really need the money now? Like seen in the interview where Piers Morgan says to him, "Have you got more Instagram followers or more money in the bank?" And he goes, "Well, it's probably similar." That's 500 million. That's $500 million.
I know, but Colly, this is not about. This is about his status and who he is. He's not going to go to a club and be on the rest of the plebs, because that's what every other footballer is to him. They're plebs. Yeah. So he's not going to go in and say go to Real Madrid or something like that and be lower than the highest paid player on the pitch. And what club now are going to say, right, we'll continue giving you like Sporting Lisbon won't be able to afford $500,000 a week. No. Even $250,000. Like, you're looking at Chelsea, PSG,
City,
Real Madrid. City wouldn't want him. City wouldn't want him.
Bayern Munich apparently is one that's favourites up there as well.
I think they've already said no about him, and I don't know. Why would they want him? I don't know. Benzema is out for Real Madrid now, so there's talk of him getting him for a 6-month loan there. I heard a story.
It would make sense.
Yeah,
it's an interesting one to see where he goes and how quickly he kind of moves about it. Interesting to see. I know it's probably very unlikely that he goes to Chelsea, but as a Chelsea fan, I would have him all day. Now, I'm not saying I'd have him for any other reason other than I think he could score goals, and Chelsea aren't scoring goals. That's the only reason that I'd say I'd have him. It's not for short sales. It's not to boost the fucking profile of the club. It's not for any marketing reasons at all. It's purely because I think he'll score more goals than our other options at the moment.
I just don't think he's have the team there to. These aren't good enough. These aren't good enough to have Ronaldo in the team.
Tactically, I think we're not.
And I mean, because you need to carry Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I
think if we got our tactics right, I think we could be okay in terms of carrying him. But with Potter, it's just not. It's not. Like, can you see Ronaldo saying, "Oh, I want to play for Chris Potter"?
Exactly. Yeah. Chris Potter. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to play for Chris Potter? Like?
Yeah. Yeah. And imagine him saying you're on the bench this week, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldo would probably just spit in his face and teabag him.
A jumping teabag, is it?
Yeah. Sue.
Right, Paddy. We're gonna end it there. I said this one is being obviously a World Cup edition. We're probably going to have the similar again next week. We'll have more results, and we'll only have 2 or 3 more, and then we'll be back to the Premier League. Looking forward to that. Yes. Have to wait fucking a month to get back to the absolute bullshit that is Chelsea, and Chris Potter being in charge. So, Paddy, I think we'll leave it at that for now. Hopefully we have a bit more to talk to. Hopefully some good stuff has happened for the rest of the week, and we get some good results in. So nice one for joining us this week, Paddy.
Thanks very much, Colly.
And for anybody that is watching or listening, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, make sure you hit subscribe, follow, like, comment, all the good stuff that helps us grow. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you follow us on that as well. Give us a 5-star rating. Same with Apple Podcasts. To all our Asian, Malaysian listeners over there, thanks for getting us up to number 9 again this week. Get us to number 1 though. We'd appreciate that. Number 1 would be. We'd really want to get number 1. Yeah. I'd love to get number 1 in any country. I don't care what it is. Don't care if it's like Vatican.
The first country we get to number 1 in, I'm going to get a big flag and hang it behind me.
I'm going to visit
for the rest of the season. And then I'm going to do a live show there.
Oh, what a show!
Oh,
better not be Qatar.
Bring the golf clubs. Oh yeah.
Right, we're making a promise. If we get to number 1 in any country in the whole world, don't care where it is, we're going to do a live show over
there. Yeah.
That's a promise. That'll be the.
And I'll wear me one love armband.
Yeah.
Until they tell me I'm getting a yellow card, and then I'll just take it off.
Yeah, that's fuck that. Right, Paddy, we're ending it there. Nice, and we will chat to you everybody next week, 8:00 Tuesday, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. See you there.